Hey, congratulations, it's Friday, and we get to do our breathing exercises, our Friday morning breathing exercises. Come on, we gotta do it. You ready? Deep breath. Man, there's nothing like waking up, especially this time of the year, stepping outside with my cup of coffee and just breathing in that nice, cool mountain air. I love it. I just look forward to waking up in the morning and doing that. And another thing I look forward to doing in the morning is just getting up and getting in the Word and just, sharpening myself and making sure, that I'm on my toes throughout the day and that I'm aware of just what's going on around me and that I'm, have my ears open so that I can hear that voice of God just speaking to me, especially when I'm trying to make some decisions or whatever. So just wanted to kind of share a little bit about where I'm coming from. I grew up one of those boys that grew up in a Christian home and going to church, twice every Sunday and going to Sunday school and catechism and all that stuff. And I never really allowed that stuff to take root within me and never really made it personal. And it wasn't until I was able to make, God, personal and just, ask Him to take control of my life, that I was able to allow the Word of God just to really take root within me. And so I kind of lived this double standard life. I did what I wanted to during the week and just came to church on the weekends, everything was good and everything was just really cool, and it really wasn't. And reading through Romans 2 here, Paul is kind of talking to the Jews and saying, why are you going out and judging people? Why don't you take a look at yourselves? Why don't you stop and go somewhere quiet and look at yourselves? And I just wanted to read a couple of things out of Romans 2 that just really I highlighted in my Bible. It just says here, it is easier to say the right words than to allow them to take root in your own life. Do you ever advise others to do something you are unwilling to do yourself? Make sure that your actions match your words. And it's just going back to allowing the Word of God to take root so that you're living what's coming in. What you put in is what's coming out. So first thing is, what are you putting in? What's coming out of you? And maybe you need to take a look at, just what you're putting in, allowing to take root within you. And maybe you need to come before God and just ask Him, hey, what do I need to uproot so that I can allow your Word to take root? And a couple other things here that just really stood out to me. Verse 24 says, if you claim to be one of God's people, your life should reflect what God is like. What does your life reflect? Just wondering, just curious, what does your life reflect? And the last thing here, what do people think about God as they watch your life? People really step back and look at Christians and really put a label, oh, this is what a Christian's like. So I just really want to challenge you with that and ask you to do this. This is something that I do on occasion just to do a little heart checkup for myself. And it's just called Time Alone with God. And it's just something that I love to just step back and take a look at. And here's your challenge for the weekend. Find a quiet place where you're not going to get disturbed. Take a notebook and a pen or pencil, something to write on, and describe your relationship with God by the time you spend alone together. For some of you, that might be easy. You might be able to just write, well, I don't spend time with God. But here's just some things as I kind of internalized, this is my time alone together with God. And just some words to kind of describe that. Peaceful, quiet, still, praise, exciting, thankful, crying out, weeping, on knees, open, eyes closed, joyful, looking up, around, personal, satisfying. So I just want you to take a moment sometime this week and to write down just a description of your time alone with God. So, this is Mike. Thanks for living with me today. and have an awesome, amazing weekend.